Well, I am delighted to tell you we have a brand new series of cutting dies. They are called Delightful Dimensionals. We're going to do the present crosshatch, and let me just show you what it looks like. Are you ready? Pop. That's what it does. It just pops right up. Won't you please come play with us? I am so excited to present you Delightful Dimensionals. As I said, we're starting with the present crosshatch. And let me just show you the card again, just so that you can really see how this works. So here's the front of the card, but this is going to pop up on the inside of the card, just like that. Okay, it goes flat, and then it pops up, just like so. Does a nice job. You can see that bow. And this paper that was used, this cardstock, is actually double-sided. Well, it's always double-sided, but it has two different colors, and that's kind of fun to play with too. So okay, let's see what we have. We've got 3 cutting dies, and there are 2 with the bows, and then there's one that this is the crosshatch. Okay, so you're going to cut out 1 each of these 2, and you're going to cut 4 of this one. Okay, so I'm going to scoot that aside. I'm going to bring in the package, and there are the instructions. Now this may look complicated as you're just looking at it, but it's really simple. So let me show you. And I've got these 2, whoops, that were cut out. And as I said, this particular cardstock has different colors, so that's fun. And the difference is, and you can see this in the die, see these cutting lines? Well, this is at the bottom. The other one has the slit at the top. So that's what's important, because they have to nest together. They intersect together. Then we are going to cut 4 of these with the leg, but then you're going to take 2 of them and you're going to trim that leg off. And by doing it that way, just making those 2 snips, we have the 4 pieces we need, and we actually saved you money, because that way we didn't have to do another piece of metal for another one that was just missing the leg. That just seemed like a good deal all the way around. Okay, so I'm going to start with connecting the bow part. And as I said, you've got a slit at the top and you've got a slit at the bottom, and you just insert them together. And the only thing you want to make sure is that the bottom is even. Okay, that is you know, the only trick, but that way it's going to stand up. Okay, now we're going to take the crossbar, and we're going to take one without a leg, and we're going to insert it at the end. So here I go. So I'm just going to insert that right here. Oh, excuse me. I need to have a slit to inslit it. So we find a slit that's at the bottom, and this slit is at the top, and we simply slit it together, just like that. Same thing, make sure the bottom edges are straight. Okay, then we're going to go around to the other side, and we're going to take the other one, and again, we want to have a slit at the top because that's got a slit at the bottom. See, it's just a repeating process all the way through. And again, slide them together, and just make sure that the bottom, the base, is flat. So now we have something that's almost complete, but you can tell that we need a few more pieces, don't we? Now, this is where the legs are going to come in. And what it says on the instructions is place a leg like so, and then it's going to go on the end that we're going to now have it go on to 3 pieces. And we want to have this so that the slit is at the bottom, because it's going to go over the one at the top. So just like this. And we want the leg to be on the left-hand side. I hope you can see that. If you can't, it will be on the instructions. This is number 6. And we just slide it down. And then we're going to bring the ends. We're going to have them slide up like so. And the same thing at the other end. And the same thing, you just want to make sure that that bottom is even. You know, it's always important to have your bottoms even, so that's what we're doing. Okay, so can you see how that's nice and stable? And again, just make sure it slides down. Then we're going to flip it over. We're going to do the exact same thing. So we're going to have the leg on the left-hand side. We're going to take the center. This has a bottom slit. I'm going to slide it into the top slit. And it's all very forgiving because this is just, this is just cardstock. So it's, it's not going to go anywhere. And the slits are keeping everything together. So now I've got slits at the top, slits at the bottom. They're going to go together. And you can you don't want to fold them in half. You don't want to make a crease, but you can certainly bend them, as you can see I'm doing. And just like that. And I'll scoot this away. And again, make sure the bottoms are even. And all my bottoms are even. I've got 2 legs sticking out. And this is my present. And it's going to fold flat, just like that. That's exactly what it's going to do in the card. Now, how do you get it in the card? Okay, well, we have directions for that too. In fact, they are shown right here. Now, the legs, in fact, I'm going to bring my self-healing cutting mat in here right now. And I'm going to take a card. This happens to be our, when it's folded, it's our 5 by 6.5 inch cards. So I'm just going to fold it on the score line. And then what we do is we take the present, or the crosshatch, and open it up just like it is, and then fold the legs like so, whichever way. And you want to position this so that it is, let's see if I can do this on camera. Okay, so you can see how you want to place it so that it's going to fold right along the score line. Okay, so then you fold it and take a pencil and just take that pencil and draw, there we go, right next to the fold right there. And then I'm going to do it on the other side too. So I'm just doing that line. Then I'm going to take my pen. This is my pen knife that is wonderful and wonderful. And I'm going to cut. So you want to go ahead and decorate the inside of your card. And let me show you, just like Debbie did on this card. You see she's got the 2 papers. She does not have them going over the fold. We want to leave the fold exposed. And you can see how that little V is right along the score line on both sides. So that's exactly what happens. So I've made those marks with my pencil, and I've cut them with my pen. And then you simply insert the legs into the slits. You do want to make sure that you're cutting all the way through. Would that be important to note? Yes, it would be. Okay, make a note of that, folks. Okay, and you don't want to make it too much wider. I mean, it's fine. And just slide them in. And then, because your card on the inside has already been decorated, you can add, whatever you want. Dazzles or greetings or anything, but get that paper down, and that will just make it so much easier. Okay, and you can see that this is not, it's not delicate. It's, it's really pretty strong, and that's nice. So slip one leg in. It's really easier to do if they are open. Okay. It's a little awkward to do on camera because I'm trying to keep it so that you can see what's going on. Here we go. Come on, little leg. There we go. Okay, and then just pull it through. And I'll do the same thing on the other side. And pull it through. You can just walk it. There we go. And then you will want to glue it on the back side. And then I'll show you how Teresa has done some things on the back side. And as I said, make sure that your slit is long enough. There we go. There we go. Pull it from the back side. And it is done. Okay, so we've got it. It's going to, then you want to, as I said, you want to tape or glue those legs down. That way it will keep them nice and secure. And then you can finish the front of your card. And that's just going to pop up like so, especially when you get it secure in there, because I hadn't glued them, okay? So that's what's going to happen. It's just going to pop just like that. Okay, so those are the instructions. You just repeat as you like. Now, let me show you some things that Teresa's done. Oh, and by the way, on the packaging, it will tell you what Debbie used. In this case, she used the Christmas Aglow patterned and solid cardstock with the die cuts. So that's nice information to have. Okay, so what we have now is Teresa's first card. And as you can tell, that this is a landscape, so it's got the fold at the top. And she decorated, as I've said, well, let me show you. Okay, so here we go. The more candles, the bigger wish. If you didn't know that, make note of it. And we pop that up. And there it is, right along that fold. So wherever the fold is, that's going to work nicely. Now, she did the same thing. Taking two papers and having them go just to the fold, not over it, and getting that all ready. And this is from the Carnation set. And what she has used is the Carnations 12 by 12 pattern cardstock. And you can see she's used the purple one on the front of her card. This piece is a cutout from that paper. She also used, of course, everything is purple here, the purple ribbons. And then she also used, this is the Kismet flowers from 49 Market, and just how pretty that one in there. Although it's not a carnation, it does a really nice job. Now, the other thing that Teresa did is that we noticed, in fact, one of you told us that we didn't have much in purple. So we did a whole purple collection. So all of our dazzles that are words and greetings are in this collection, and it's called the Purple Dazzles. And what is here, there are so many in the package. I think there's 10. And things are just not cooperating with me today. So you can see it's got greetings, it's got we're together, it's got script, it's got all kinds, and she has used this here. So the more candles, the bigger the wish. There's also butterflies in there. This is foam taped. And on the inside, also in that purple collection, there are border dazzles. So we've got straight line, we've got fancy decorative, you see the butterflies. The happy birthday, well, the circle is out of the paper collection. And of course, the present was done out of the Carnation solid cardstock. So that is our first, again, that's a horizontal card. Now, we're going to go to a vertical. This is a portrait. And Teresa has, let me just show you what's in here. We will pop this up. There we go. Okay. And again, you can see the different shades. We often do that. It's the same color, but two different shades on each side of the solid cardstock. Now, the papers that Teresa did here are 4.5 by 5 3/4. So that gives you a nice white border, which is, of course, the card. Again, put that down first. Make your present, make your slits for the legs and slip them in. And for the front of her card, well, in fact, for the whole card, she has used the Autumn Greetings collection, and just so pretty to have that. These two are out of the paper collection, the pattern collection, and one is foam taped and one is just flat. The ribbon is from the Ivory collection, just really pretty. And what Teresa does is she takes a strip of ribbon, glues the ends to the back of this paper, and then takes another strip and then ties the knot in that just over that piece of ribbon. And I think it just does, if you are bow challenged, that's a good look for you. Now, what she has also done is add more of the cutouts from the book, and they're flat. All of these are flat. And the Celebrate comes from the More Greeting Dazzles, and so that just fits nicely. And I love the little black kitty peeking up. So we have a different season going on. So now I have the very last card, and this is a 5-inch square card. Isn't that pretty? And what Teresa did is she did this out of our regular 5 by 6.5-inch cards, but she could trim it so that it would be shorter, just 5 inches, just trimmed it off, and then she's got the fold at the top. Now let me open this up, and again, it's going to pop up. But this time, she did the whole box out of the patterned cardstock. All the others were out of solid. And do you see what's also happening? With some of them, well, all of them are the wood, but then she went back and cut again out of the solid and then glued the teal to the wood. Okay, she did the bow and the legs, just glued them to the edges. So we've got that on one side. So there's another way. So it doesn't just have to be a solid present. It can be a decorated present. Now in this one, same thing, those two pieces, also with the cutout right up there. But down here, well, in fact, let me show you what she used, Paulette. Show them. This is Wood and Woodland. You could probably have figured that out if you know our products. And there is the solid where she got that teal. But then she also used the die cuts. And I love this idea. So when this went down, she just glued it down on 3 edges, and then she tucked in another card, another of the tags, and then a gift card. So, although it should have been for Paper Wishes, shouldn't it? Let's cover up that other name. Okay, so that's really fun. And this, as I said, is a 5-inch card, and it just folds in very nicely. Now, on the front, she did use the Wood and Woodland. You can see the scenery. This is one of the die cuts that she foam taped up. And the congratulations, well, that came out of the tiny words and phrases. And so it's in black, white, gold, and silver. You can see she used the gold. And of course, you can see that she used the jute that's along the top. And then she again tied it and tied a bow out of the jute. You can see there's some stars that she also added from the same collection of the tiny words and phrases. So what you, oh, and there's something else I wanted to show you. So you saw in this one with the teal, and which I thought was really fun, and the patterned cardstock, but Debbie made this one for me, and she did a similar thing to what Teresa did, is that she die cut it out of the solid cardstock, but then she went back and also cut it again out of the metallic gold paper. Now this is the paper, not the cardstock. And she did have to glue it to each side. That was her choice. And so I think that just does a really nice job. And you can really see that popping up out of a card, just pop like that. So lots of things that you can do as you experiment with this present crosshatch cutting die. And so you can see you can do a square card, you can do a horizontal card, landscape, or you can do a portrait. All of those are going to work perfectly. Now, this is a brand new series, and I want to tell you about it. If you would like to get a subscription, well, you can do that, and we would love to have you do that. And here's how it's going to work. So the first month, if you do it this month, you will get the present crosshatch. You will also get 10% off, so that's always nice, and you're going to get a free goodie. Well, this month, the free goodie is 5 cards and 5 envelopes. They're all the 5 by 6.5 inch. So that's your free thing. Now, the Delightful Dimensionals is going to change a little bit for next month, and it is going to be this. The first time you join, you will get the basic crosshatch. You will also receive a seasonal set of dies. And so for the first one, you will get the basic and you will get the snow buddies. And this is what this looks like. So the card is flat, and then you can just pop it up. No, I didn't tear it. I just opened it. So that's what you're going to get every month. First month you will get both, but after that you will just get the seasonal die. And so that's how that's going to be played. So you're going to get that. Then we're going to have things, for Halloween. Yes, I should give you a little treat. Okay, it's going to look like that, but that's all you get to see. And so it's going to be every month. So first time, you're going to get the present crosshatch. That will be in July. Then in August, you will get both. Anytime you join, you will get both. But after that, members will only get the seasonal die because you already have this one. So that's what we're doing. It is Delightful Dimensionals. I hope you agree. I think they're really, really fun. And of course, they all go flat and then they pop up just like the present does. And they're all very, very useful, very fun. Lots of things that you can do and play with them. And that's what's really fun about this. So that's what we have for Delightful Dimensionals. Please tell me what you think. There are comments. All of the cards are shown below. All of the present crosshatches are shown below, and you can get the instructions if you would like. You can see what Teresa used. Of course, we have the Money Saver with the free gift over on the right side of our screen. If you are watching this on YouTube, you know the drill. We would love you to like us, to comment. Please tell me what you think. I want to know. We're very excited about this, and we think it's something very different for our card making community and for the people who receive our creations. And then please do hit subscribe. Hop on over to paperwishes.com and take advantage of that Money Saver. Take a look at the projects, and we hope that you will join us. And as always, thank you. Thank you, Teresa. Great job as always. Thank you, Debbie, for making the initial one. And I do want to thank you and let you know that you are the very best part of paperwishes.com. I want to thank Ruth and Linda for pointing out that I made an error. I forgot to show you, number one, the subscription, so it's right there on the right side of the screen. But also, I forgot to show you what happens with those slits. You know, you cover the slit with this on the front, but what about the back? Excellent question. So this is what Teresa did. She used the cutouts out of the paper collection. Obviously, this is from the Carnation, which, of course, I smile when I think of you. Very sweet. You can also write a message down here. For the second card, which is using the Autumn Garden, she selected these two cutouts and overlapped them. If you didn't want to do that, you could have this up here, and again, you've got room for a message. So that works nicely. And in our 5x5 card, which is using wood and woodland, here's what she used, just a great big stag right there. So all of those are covering up that little tiny slit on the back side of the card, and that just works very, very nicely. So thank you, ladies, for keeping me doing what I need to be doing. And again, I hope you are enjoying this brand new Delightful Dimensionals collection. Bye-bye.